What's up everybody, John here with Motivation Theory Running, and today I am super excited to talk to you about a new product that is going to be helping fuel my training and most importantly, my races. The races is where I struggle the most. It's the place where I end up having to really second guess myself and kind of do after action reports of kind of where things went wrong because of the bonking and just not getting enough calories or getting too many calories, and just dealing with the constant up and downs that you deal with in ultra endurance sports. So last week I got an email from the director of endurance athletics, Matthew Bach at UCAN. He had seen some of the videos on this channel where I talk about my struggles with fueling nutrition, especially during races in ultra trail events. It's kind of a common thing to have tables filled with stuff that are not real great. I've talked about in the past where I've tried to train really clean, train really good, and then when the race comes around, I'm jamming down Oreos and just stuff that I do not normally train with, stuff that is not great for you. It's the simple sugars that are spiking your insulin levels, and you're in a constant roller coaster ride throughout a race, and eventually your system just kind of gums up from all of the sugar you're taking in, because I don't really eat that much sugar in real life, in training, or anytime else. So when races come around, my body is just not able to handle all of that sugar, even though it is common knowledge that your body is craving carbs, it's craving sugars, it's craving all this stuff for energy to send to your brain and your muscles to keep you going. So the company really started around trying to solve the problem of children who had glycogen storage disease, children that were not able to manage their glycogen levels. Super dangerous. They had to constantly be fueling to keep their blood sugar up. Parents having to constantly feed their child every 2 hours and not having much of a quality of life for anyone in that scenario. So they solved the problem by figuring out a way to cook the starches, non-GMO cornstarch, adding in kind of liquids and slow cooking process to it, where they developed a patented process that they own, where you're able to develop a carbohydrate that will be a very slow absorption carbohydrate, not spiking the insulin levels and allowing the body to break down that carbohydrate in a slower fashion, delivering a more steady amount of energy to the muscles instead of putting it in there with sugar and high levels of sugar and just kind of spiking your insulin levels. You're actually able to maintain a slower burn on that and not have the absorption issues in your stomach. So I talked about my last race having the sloshing going around, and I've always felt that it was because I wasn't, or at least I've always read that it wasn't because I was absorbing water quick enough and adding sodium in. While that is part of it, it is also true that when you are taking in large amounts of sugar, like some of the other sugar endurance drinks that I drink have 50 grams of sugar in them. And those simple sugars, when they enter your stomach, pull liquid into the stomach, and that's what helps create that sloshing effect that you're getting. That does not happen with UCAN. It doesn't happen in their products, and that is super attractive to me. When I talked to Matthew, he sent me email and he lists these 4 items for being very important to runners. I'm going to read them to you. So first, UCAN provides a long-lasting energy, steady energy without a spike or a crash. If you can help stave off that bonk, stave off that kind of highs and lows in racing, that would be fantastic. Number 2, removing the GI distress. SuperStarch has extremely low osmolality, which means that it clears the stomach quickly, ridding you of the stomach aches, sloshing, nausea, diarrhea, all the things that can happen during races. One of the issues I have when I'm taking in these really sugary fuels for energy, my body doesn't deal with that very well, and my stomach starts to get nauseous after a while, and then I end up having to switch over to whole foods anyway, which is not a bad thing. But I'd like to start off races with that, start off fueling with this, and kind of have a more steady delivery of energy through the whole time and not spiking high or low. Number 3, and this one's super important, the ability to improve fat oxidation for endurance runner is super key. If you're able to tap into your fat storage, and even the leanest runners have more than enough fat to fuel multiple endurance races. Having that stable blood sugar means you have muted insulin, which means there's an improvement in the body's ability to burn fat rather than glycogen. And several studies have shown that since 2010. And all this information is available on UCAN's site, all the scientific studies. It's very interesting. I've spent a lot of time on their website reading through all of this. But not having to take in all that sugar, not having to have the issues with your GI tract, just rejecting tons and tons and tons of sugar, and improving that fat oxidation. So, I have enough fat to probably run around the world several times. If I could tap into that, that'd be super important to me. That would be great. Get lighter, you run faster, and your body will be more at a homeostasis point in races instead of constantly going up and down. And number 4, again, like I've been talking about, low to no sugar. Chronically ingesting sugar during training may lead to adverse health effects over time. With me, and just like they're saying here, I am somebody that has a pretty decent stomach, but when I ingest too much sugar over time, it really leads to kind of being gummed up and not feeling super well, especially when you're getting into the 9, 10, 11, 12 hours of an ultra marathon event. All that being said, I had a great discussion with Matthew. Great company. I love how they approached me. Most companies just kind of send an email and ask for you to review their stuff and don't really explain it to you. Matthew took the time to meet with me, and I think we met for at least 45 minutes and had a very long discussion on kind of my ideas about fueling, his ideas about fueling. Matthew was an endurance athlete, an elite endurance athlete. He was a triathlete, so he understands the endurance world. Obviously, that's why he's now the director of endurance athletics there. But the simple fact that they wanted to reach out to someone and try to solve a problem that is very common. From what I've read and what I've seen, UCAN has an extremely interesting product. From what I've read, they have a lot of colleges, professional athletes that are already using this product. And I think they're trying to branch more into endurance athletics, above marathons and triathlons and things like that. So that being said, they've sent me several products. They've sent me plant-based protein. So, I've switched over to a whole foods plant-based diet. That's going really well. Into 3 weeks into that already. I'm already having one of their energy drinks. So they sent me all kinds of stuff here. The energy drinks, which would be fueling my races, bars, energy bars. I've had several of them. All of them are good. They're really good. I've had probably 3 to 4 of them already, these bars. I mean, they got tons of different flavors, tons of different products. They have these really cool scoops they sent me with a little plug on top where you can open them up, fill them up, and close it. Put that on top, and then you can easily kind of put those into drink mixes on the way, so you can mix those up for the day. They have tons of stuff for sale on their website. They got these little hydration packs. I've had a bunch of these. These are really good too. They're just for flavoring your water, 0 calories, super good. Now, getting to the flavor of the chocolate energy plant protein drink. It's really good. And, I'm a person who can pretty much eat anything. My wife tried some of this, and she even said it was good. So it's good if she says it's good, because she doesn't like any of the mixes or protein powders. It's with her, it's a necessary evil sometimes, and she's never actually said anything was good. This is the first time I've actually heard her say something was good. So you got my wife on board with the flavor of the chocolate here. So I'm excited about that, because I thought it tastes good, but I could just be someone who doesn't get bothered too much by flavors. Now, I'm currently drinking the cranberry raspberry performance energy drink. No spikes, no crash, no sugar added, and gentle on the stomach. I'm getting ready to work out. This has 31 grams of carbohydrates, so I would probably be taking 1 to 2 of these every hour and a half. They say you don't need that much, which is good. They say the reduction, the increase of this slow, steady energy that's being produced by this starch, the SuperStarch that they have, could actually reduce the amount of calories that you need. And that's, Matthew explained to me that's what he experienced also. So if I could take in less calories, tap into my fat stores while also delivering via the SuperStarch a slower energy feed into my system, that sounds like something I'm super interested in. And if you're interested in kind of coming along on this ride, this was kind of just my initial talk. I've tried these products for 2 days now. Everything I've tasted tastes good. Nothing's bothered my stomach. I've seen the benefit of working out with the energy products and the pre and post workout stuff. I'm going to be using this over the next several weeks to kind of just train myself, get the SuperStarch into my system, and just making sure that I'm training with the product that I'm going to be racing with. I'm going to be racing a double marathon of 52.4 mile race here in 4 weeks. I'm going to plan on using predominantly UCAN products to fuel that with whole foods. And I'm excited about that, nervous about it, and I'm excited about it because if this product does what I've seen on the website, the claims, and what the other athletes have said it does for them, and what Matthew has told me it did for him, I'm excited about the potential to kind of have a game changer when it comes to fueling and nutrition in this realm. And if you follow this channel for any amount of time, you know that that's something that I've struggled with. I don't want to go to aid station tables and fill up with cookies and chips and just junk, M&Ms, stuff like that. I don't want to take in any of that stuff. I want to have a consistent, healthy amount of sugar in my body, which is I'm not taking in a bunch of it. I want to have a steady feed of energy from a product, and I want to know what to expect during a race. So again, training with what I'm racing with, and if you do that, you won't have any issues while you're racing. All right. For those of you who are interested in this, they sent me a code. So if you want to get 20% off any of these products, I know that they right now is Valentine's Day and they have some specials going on for their bars on their website. You can also use the code MTRC, Motivation Theory Run Club, just MTRC. You plug that in when you're checking out, and you'll get 20% off all your products. Again, they got shaker bottle, they got shaker bottles, they got these little measurement cups that you can travel with. They got all kinds of stuff. I'm actually super excited to try some of their other stuff. I've asked them to try some of the other things and let you guys know how they are. Again, the bars were good. The energy drink is good. Again, no stimulants, no caffeine, no sugars. Good to go there. Protein drink is good. I'm super excited to try the different flavors, and they also have recipes that you can create with this as the base of them, all of their flavors. So, all right, go to UCAN, the letter U, can.co. Everything will be down in the description of this video, and I'll also put it in the pinned comment on this video. I'll put a link to the site, the code that you can use, and let me know what you think. This is kind of an experiment that I'm always running, kind of what's going to work for me, and this seems like something that the science backs it up. It's non-GMO. It's just, it's good. I'm excited. As you can tell, I'm excited, and I'm going to be making more of these videos where I discuss how I'm feeling with some more significant long runs. I've run on these. I haven't run anything over an hour yet with any of the products, but I have a long run today, and I'm going to be having longer runs and a long race, and we'll put it through its paces, and we'll see how UCAN can help us endurance athletes, and I'm super excited. Thank you, UCAN, for the products. I'm looking forward to reviewing them, and again, just for transparency, they sent me these products for the purpose of review. They did not ask to see any of the content. They did not ask me to say anything, any certain things, or review anything that I've done. Which means they believe in their product and they're a great company. So go ahead and click this video right here to keep up with my ultramarathon training in 2021. Go ahead and click there. I'll see you in the next video.